Hi, Washington Township staff. My name is Catherine Carey. I'm the Director of Assessment, Data Technology, Registration, and School Community Outreach. I'm here with our Superintendent, Mr. Bollendorf. He has a message for staff today to discuss our plans for educational programming in the near future and wanted to make sure that you were kept in on the loop. Mr. Bollendorf?
Thank you, Kath. Good morning, everybody. Well, it's morning now. I don't know when you'll see this video, hopefully this afternoon. I wanted to follow up. I know that you all received a letter from my office last Monday, and it talked about a variety of things, about some ideas that we had moving forward. And I wanted to update you with that. Today, a survey will be going out to our community with regards to some of these initiatives. It's really important that we collect really sincere data that will help us to pave the way for changes that we hope to be able to accomplish in the days and months ahead, as we start coming not out of this pandemic, but moving to a place where we can perhaps increase programming for our children, which is, I know, a place that all of us want to get to. So in that letter, I had talked about two models, a variant model of a 2-day rotating model at the high school and middle school level, and a 5-day-a-week educational model that would have our children just simply staying in the same cohort A and B model that they're in now, with every other Wednesday being a live instruction day in person for either cohort A or B. So essentially, the kids switching out their cohorts every other week. Since that time, we've taken quite a bit of assessment, and we've determined that a bifurcated model that would be different for the secondary age kids and the elementary age kids is really not a place where we can really be. It's lends itself to too much confusion on the part of our parents. It also creates a dynamic for childcare where in some homes they're dependent upon the older children to be able to help out with the little ones. So having kids attend school on the same days is really a critical element. So we're really offering one model, which eliminates the need to survey staff at this point as it relates to that. And that model will be the AABB model that we're currently in. But instead of Wednesday being a full remote day, Wednesday will be a live instruction day where either cohort A or cohort B on alternating weeks will be able to report to school for that instruction. In the meantime, the synchronous instruction of our grades 3 through 5 unveils this coming week on the 22nd. So synchronous instruction will be in place for grades 3 through 12. Our teachers at the primary grades, K to 2, will be able to continue to have their time to be able to do the things that they're doing currently to help with our remote learners. This is all very critical, and we know folks need the time to be able to do that. So really nothing will change in our current model. There'll still be half days, office hours, and opportunities to engage learners in the afternoon will continue to exist. Retakes, redos, review, preview, all that will continue. No changes programmatically to anything. The only change is that students will have an opportunity to report live for in-person instruction on Wednesdays beginning March 1st. And so I know our staff is eager for that to occur, and we're excited to unveil that next step in what we hope will be a progression. Today's survey asked basically two questions. The first question pertains to the March 1st rollout, and that question is just simply, given that rollout, will your child continue in the hybrid instruction? Will they continue in the remote? Will you switch from one modality to the other? That is critical in terms of making sure we have the necessary PPE and space in our classrooms to provide for our children who are in fact going to be reporting for live instruction. The next question is a question for in the future. We would hope to be able to get to a place where we would be able to combine cohorts and bring our children back who are willing to do live instruction 5 days a week, still in the half-day modality, because we still have remote learners, still need to provide those additional supports. But we need to get some really important data from our folks to make sure that we have what we need to logistically be able to accomplish that task. So our Health and Safety Committee that was part of our roadback plan, our Curriculum Instruction Committee are being reconvened to discuss these various things. We are exploring the availability of our CARES Act funding to be able to provide the things that we feel we will need in the way of dividers, face shields, things of that nature that would help ensure the safety and integrity of what it is that we were trying to do. Right now, things are moving in a very positive direction statistically. We are back in the yellow phase, which changes our contract tracing methodology, and the numbers continue to go down each passing day. Vaccinations, in the meantime, are going up, with over 11% of Gloucester County now having received at least their first dose of vaccination. My office continues to work with a variety of health systems in an attempt to bring vaccinations to us to expedite the opportunity for our staff to get vaccinated. I recognize that that's important. I'm aware of what the CDC put out, but we are well beyond that information. That is identical to the information that was put out by the Department of Education and the state back in August. And we have been open. Sometimes people don't realize that. We've been open since September, and our staff has been willing to do what is necessary to provide that really important piece of instruction for our children who need it so badly, emotionally, socially, and otherwise. We all know that education is not confined by what it is that you teach in the classroom. It's the experience and the interaction that our children have with their teachers, that they have with one another. All of those things combine for what is a robust and full educational process. So the more that we can work to getting our kids back on a more regular basis is very critical. So I want you to be aware of what we're doing. I want you to be aware of the survey that's going to be going out to our families today. I don't want that to come as a surprise to you. I want you to know that no decisions have been made in terms of a timeline, in terms of any absolutes. I would be very honest in telling you that it is our goal to return our kids more fully to school at some point in time, hopefully in this school year. When that happens, I do not know. I think our next step would be to bring our in-class support learners or in-class ICR students back, as we have with our resource room students who return to the classroom 4 days a week in this past week. Obviously, on March 1st, those learners, our self-contained students, our resource learners, and then eventually our ICR learners would be able to start attending school 5 days a week as we open for live instruction for 5 days. So thank you for your patience. Thank you for your support. Obviously, we have been working very closely with the WTEA, the WTSSSPA, and we will continue that relationship as collectively we're all working towards a common goal, and that is do the very best that we can instructionally and emotionally and socially for our children, and while keeping each other as healthy and safe as possible. So with that, I thank you for taking the time to listen to this, and there'll be more coming in the near future. Thank you.